What is going on, everybody? Week 13, waiver wire, and another crazy one. I feel like we start the show off the same way every week.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy.
Every week?
I mean, it's a whole lot of what's going on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mother had Golden Tate pegged for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Jones, we fade a little bit going against Xavier. Yeah, not so much.
No.
Thanks, Jay Ajayi, for fumbling it on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Thanks, Orleans Darkwa, for not doing anything. Jarek McKinnon, appreciate your whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody, a lot of people who were projected to have great weeks just didn't quite turn out that way.
DeMarco Murray.
I mean, I think I single-handedly myself turned fantasy football into golf. Lowest score wins, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It is.
It's pretty bad.
It's bad. But you know what? That's part of it. It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's at that point of the year now where you're in one of three places. Either A, you've clinched a playoff spot. B, you're in must-win situation to get a playoff spot. Or C, you're out of it just trying to play the spoiler for somebody else.
Right.
That's the point of the season we're in. And don't give up if you're out of it.
True.
There is a little bit of satisfaction from knocking somebody else out of a playoff spot.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, you may not be able to go, but you may be able to prevent somebody else, and you can still talk trash.
Yeah.
You know, plenty of weeks for that to go. Like I said, welcome back. Next episode, Fantasy Headliners. Got your Week 13 waivers. I mean, heck, we've been doing this show for, this will be the 13th week now. The waivers are getting a little thin.
Yeah.
There's nobody out there that you haven't heard of. I mean, all these names will give your people you know of. You know, you kind of got to, swing for the fences here.
That's true.
A little baseball term.
Hey, that's slowly approaching here.
Slowly approaching almost baseball time, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Start doing some baseball research.
Exactly.
It's getting there. But now we're going to finish up strong on some football. But
yes.
We're going to get right into our waiver wire pickups here for Week 13. Like I said, not a whole lot of huge names.
Yeah.
I can almost guess, and I can say that even though I'm cheating and looking at your sheet.
Right.
I know who the first person on your list is, even if your sheet wasn't there.
Yeah.
I knew who it was going to be.
Exactly.
So I'll go ahead and I'll let you get it out of the way.
Yeah, well, to the nation and everybody, all the viewing audience all over this great land and country and this beautiful world we live in, this is considered Josh Gordon week, deemed by me. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this guy coming back to football. And again, I mean, it's just the fact that, he just has so much talent, so much potential. And I know a lot of critics are saying this and that and the third, but if you have a spot, or any type of availability, I would suggest picking him up because you never know. Yeah, he could be the Josh Gordon of 2014, who had 200-yard back-to-back games, or he could be the other guy. Mm-hmm. So it just depends. I mean, but it's worth a stash. It's worth a play, I think, especially if you're just, trying to swing for the fences. It's one of those things that it could pay off.
It could. It may not.
Yeah. I mean,
some are more, in it than others. I mean, he is. He's an elite talent. Is he? Am I on the same level bandwagon that you are? No. I would like it to be that way.
Right.
I would like to see him get back to that point. Mm-hmm. Do I think he does it Week 13? But that's all right.
Yeah.
If you think so, you stick to your guns. But if he doesn't, I'm going to be texting you Sunday with an "I told you so" GIF or something.
You among others.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go with somebody who's, I'll just say Jaquizz Rodgers.
Okay.
Doug Martin left with a concussion.
Yeah.
Not that it mattered because Doug Martin wasn't doing anything anyway. Mm-hmm. I don't really expect Jaquizz Rodgers to come in and be an RB1
right,
by any means, but he can't be any worse than Martin. So if you were rostering Martin, you might as well roster Rodgers.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. Rodgers is a better pass catcher out of the backfield, I guess, and they're always playing from behind because their defense is horrible.
Yeah.
I think they had 8 injuries in Tampa this past weekend. Everybody's falling.
Everybody.
Jaquizz Rodgers, he carried the running game for the first few weeks of the season when Doug was out. Mm-hmm. He's capable of it. He did great in, spot starts last year, but is he going to come in and win you your league? No, not as of Week 13, but pick him up, stash him, hold on to him. Mm-hmm. You never know. You don't need a whole lot.
Yeah.
With all these underperforming running backs that we named to start off the show, he can't do any worse.
Exactly.
I mean, Jerick McKinnon went from top 10 play to is he even roster worthy?
Right.
Within the span of 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So take a chance on somebody. I mean, you never know. Like I said, he could turn out to be, a serviceable flex play.
Yeah.
If not RB2, if they can get it going. But
I mean, volume alone. I mean,
somebody's going to have to carry the ball.
Exactly.
And I know they don't. I mean, they believe in Doug Martin because he's still getting the work, but he's not going anywhere.
No.
He's literally running to the line and falling down. It's almost like the reincarnation of the butt fumble.
Yeah.
Every play.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go with Mike Davis.
Mike Jones.
He's probably close to him. The thing is, a lot of reports are saying that he'll be back this week. So just keep your eyes out on that. And, we'll try to keep you updated as well via Twitter or what have you. But right now, he's a better option than Lacy and Rawls. McKissick is more of the third down back, change up, satellite type of running back. So Mike Davis, if healthy, he will get the carries and the workload. I mean, that's pretty much the only options you got in Seattle. But he's one of those guys, if he is playing, he will potentially get 15 to 20 carries.
Which is crazy because, watching it, actually physically watching it, McKissick's not bad.
No, I like McKissick.
McKissick has great talent.
Yeah.
I think he's that type of player, though, that he looks like he's doing a lot, but then the game ends and you're like, he had 25 yards?
Yeah.
It's like he's so fast and he does so much running when he does get the ball that he doesn't really move forward too much. It's a lot of run to the sidelines and try to cut one up.
Yeah.
And it looks good, but then, like I said, the game ends and you're like,
yeah,
that's it? That's it?
Yeah.
But, that whole backfield is going to be kind of
it's going to be, yeah.
I mean, Rawls is pretty much gone. For now. I mean, until they name him the starter this week. I mean, you never know what's going on.
You can pretty much. Next year, those two guys, Lacy and Rawls, they're probably done. You know what I mean? That's Carson's backfield.
Yep.
When he gets back.
Yep, absolutely. All right, I'm going to go out to Buffalo. I'm going to talk about Mr. Zay Jones.
All right.
And I'm going to hear this from some Buffalo fans.
Okay.
Because I don't think Buffalo fans are quite sold on Zay Jones. Came in with the preseason hype. Didn't do a whole lot to start the season. They brought Benjamin. I think they thought Zay was going away. Not going away, but just buried for another year or so.
Yeah.
Benjamin goes out. Zay Jones starts getting red zone looks. He's looking better. He's looking confident. Yeah. Tyrod needs the weapons.
Yes.
They can't keep everybody healthy out there. And Zay Jones is young. People forget. I mean, this is a kid here.
Right.
Just because you see Juju coming out at 19, 20 years old, lighting it up, doesn't mean every guy's going to do that. But Zay's got the potential, and he's barely owned right now. If you need a wide receiver or somebody, if you got the Jordy Nelsons of the world or, another receiver like that isn't doing nothing, pick him up. I mean, he's not a horrible play. At least he's getting the targets now, especially if he's getting red zone looks. I mean, Clay's going to get a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think if you got Charles Clay, he's going to return to the the first few weeks of Charles Clay.
Yeah, and especially this week. I mean, they're going to have to air the ball out. New England's going to put up some big numbers, and
they're going to have to throw it.
Yes.
I mean, Shady's hit and miss on the ground. He's either busting big plays or he's busting no plays.
Yeah.
He's getting the touches and he always will, but he's hit and miss. And somebody like Zay Jones, you can pick up, throw him in there. You never know.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, we're going to go to the Miami backfield. Sad to say, but Kenyon Drake is probably going to be the better of the two, especially if Williams is out. Right now it seems like he's going to be out. Like I said again, just keep your eyes on it and see how it progresses. But if he does play, he's going to get the workload, and it's not a whole lot of options passing wise. Kenny Stills kind of disappointed. Everybody thought that he was going to do well yesterday. Parker, Landry did okay. But Kenyon Drake is pretty good coming out of the backfield, catching, short dump passes and everything. So he might be a good option this week. Again, like I said, running backs are kind of thin, but if Williams is out, he's going to get a lot of volume.
Yeah, they're not going to just throw 100% of the time. Somebody's going to have to run it.
Yeah. I mean, play action pass, that kind of works when you got a little bit of running.
You got to have somewhere to run.
Exactly.
Yep, I agree with that. It's not pretty, but you're looking for volume at this point.
Yes.
And he'll at least touch the ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of piggyback something.
Okay.
I'm going to go 2 for 1 on this one.
All right.
Because I'm going to mention one person, and it's going to be Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
But he's not who I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about Marquise Goodwin, the wide receiver for the 49ers. And this all kind of ties together. If Garoppolo takes over this job and gets the start going forward,
yep.
I mean, they were out of it when he came in, and next thing you know, he's throwing a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the perfect opportunity for San Francisco to come in and just say, all right, you know what? Just hand him the keys. Let me get his feet wet. Yeah. And then next year we'll start building something. He looked great.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He looked great. He is what he thought. They are who they thought we were. Right?
Yeah.
To quote, Dennis Grain.
Yes.
He does. He came in on a underperforming team and led him to a touchdown in his only drive that he got. I mean, if he can do that consistently,
yeah.
I'm not saying that he's going to be a QB1, but people like Marquise Goodwin, who have been regulated to big plays, I mean, this is a guy who gets 1 catch for 83 yards and a touchdown. Great on fantasy. He gets 18.5 points, 19 points, whatever your PPR scoring is, but 1 catch I don't want to rely on every week.
No.
But if Garoppolo's coming in, and that totally upgrades their quarterback game, people like Marquise Goodwin are going to be the ones that benefit.
That's true, yeah. And Hyde probably will as well.
He could.
You know what I mean?
If they got a quarterback back there that's going to make plays like that, Hyde is all of a sudden going to get more and more work.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned to our start-sit episode.
Exactly.
But no, Marquise Goodwin, I mean, this dude's got world-class speed.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not just a quick guy. I mean, he's like Olympic sprinter speed.
Oh, yeah.
And in order to get somebody like that who actually has hands that can catch with a quarterback that knows what he's doing like Garoppolo,
it's a deadly combo.
This dude could turn into something.
Yeah.
He had 4 catches for 78 yards. He's going to be going to Chicago this week. Who knows what the wintry weather in Chicago is going to be like. I'm not going to say you can pick him up and start him right away. But if Garoppolo gets named the starter this week, I would put Goodwin as a flex play this week.
Oh, yeah. And Garoppolo's used to playing in that cold weather. I mean,
he's coming from New England. It's not going to bother him.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's going to be okay with it. The other people, I don't know about.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the two that were behind Brady, and these guys are starters elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, you got Brissett and Garoppolo out there being picked up and used throughout fantasy. And
that's crazy.
That is crazy. What's crazy is they got rid of both of them.
Well, exactly.
And now they got nobody. They got Brian Hoyer.
Get some of that.
How about them apples?
Right. Well, okay. My next player is DeDe Westbrook. And,
he's a 200-yard game?
Exactly. He hasn't fulfilled that vow yet, but, he leads the team in targets. At least he did this past week. He had around about 10 targets. And it's not a lot to choose from right now. Hearns is iffy. We're not going to count on Lewis at all. I mean, you know what I mean? So, and then the running game is at times stagnant. I mean, you don't know what Fournette's going to do. DeDe Westbrook looks like the best option in that offense right now.
And Bortles looks for him, too.
He does. He locks in on him. And that's going back from, early in the season. In preseason, we saw a lot of flashes of DeDe Westbrook, being connected on long bombs. And, he's got a lot of speed as well. Great young talent. He's not that big. He's not a big wide receiver, but, you see Antonio Brown, some of these guys that are, kind of not that big Julio Jones style. But, he has that quickness about him. He runs routes really well, and he's getting the targets. Again, that's the main thing. He's getting volume. And
you can't replace the volume part of it.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're getting the volume, you got a chance. You can't
100%.
Bust a big one if you never get the targets.
Indeed.
So absolutely. Somebody who's probably a little bit higher owned. I mean, he's not huge. I think he's right around the 50s to 60s. And I think you saw it yesterday with the injury to Robert Woods, and that's Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Somebody else who had a lot of PPR hype coming into the season. He's been fine. He just hasn't been huge. Well, all of a sudden, Robert Woods goes out. Sammy Watkins looks okay again. He kind of takes that lead role. Had a few catches. I mean, looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Sammy.
It's still Sammy.
He's just not that number one guy there. Yeah. And I don't know why, because he seems healthy.
Right.
Unless they're just giving him this year to kind of, kick back, learn the playbook, get 100% healthy, and then next year they go for, go for everything. I don't know why they would, because they're winning now.
Exactly.
But that's what it looks like. But Cooper Kupp's going to be the beneficiary here until Woods comes back. They got Arizona coming up in Week 13. Patrick Peterson's going to be on Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
Whoever is on the opposite side of Sammy Watkins is going to eat for days. So this is somebody, if he's available, you can pick him up and start him this week and feel confident about it. I mean, he had 8 catches for $116 against New Orleans. Now, New Orleans didn't have their 2 starting DBs, but pretty sure the number 2 and 3 DB in Arizona can be had.
Yeah.
So Cooper Kupp is definitely somebody, if he's out there, grab him, start him. I mean, I'm almost confident putting him as a wide receiver 2 this week.
Yeah, I mean...
Especially in PPR, though.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think the running game, will kind of balance out, if not outweigh the offensive flow. They're going to go Gurley first and often. You know what I'm saying? But again, like you said, it's gonna open up passing lanes, and Cooper Kupp definitely is going to be open for the most part. You
know why he went off this week, right? It's the nickname we gave him last week.
Oh, yeah.
2 dudes in a cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
He had his best game of the year. First 100-yard game.
Hey.
Is the nickname. He listened and he heard it.
Somebody did.
Somebody heard it. And we got a few comments on it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I mean, that's who I'm going for. That's going to be probably my number one guy to target if he's available this week.
Oh, indeed.
Cooper Kupp.
Indeed. All right, well, the last gentleman I'd like to talk about, didn't think I was going to be talking about this guy, but it seems like it's becoming a trend.
Yeah, it wasn't just a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Ricky Seals-Jones.
Who?
Exactly. Yeah, but, the main thing for me, it seems like, he's got a great rapport with Gabbert, whether if it's because of the fact that a lot of tight ends are kind of a safety blanket, for quarterbacks, and this is true. But I mean, he's proven to do the best with the receptions that he's getting. He had 4 yesterday for 72 yards and a TD. So I mean, those are the type of numbers that you're going to get, from your tight end ones on a regular basis. So if he continues that trend, which it looks like he will, and going against the Rams, it's going to be a good play. They don't have a lot of options. AP is kind of slowing down a little bit, which, of course, they're stacking the box until, the passing game can be proven constantly or consistently, rather. So Ricky Seals-Jones is a good play.
And he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He was decent in college. I mean, once I heard his name, I went back and watched a few videos of trying to figure out who he is. He's not bad. I mean, he's not a bad player. I think, like you said, the switch to Gabbert kind of helped him because him and Gabbert seem to have that rapport that, and what's weird is Gabbert is slowly turning into possibly the quarterback of the future of the Cardinals.
I think, I agree.
I mean, he's looked great.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say Blaine Gabbert and great in the same sentence. And everybody in Arizona, too. I mean, being from Arizona, I talk to people back there all the time, and they're all like, I guess Blaine Gabbert's the guy going forward. You know what I mean? Because he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a great win yesterday against Jacksonville. It's Blaine Gabbert.
Exactly. Well, we talked about him a few weeks ago.
We did, and we had him as a start a few weeks ago, and we didn't have him to start against Jacksonville, but apparently we should have. The late week injury to Jalen Ramsey helped. I'm not going to say that, didn't play a small part in it, but no. I mean, Gabbert's playing great. Ricky Seals-Jones seems to be the tight end de jour in Arizona.
Right.
So, and Jermaine Gresham was caught fighting after the game yesterday, swinging on the sidelines.
Wow. For what?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I got nothing. Battle for bench spots? I don't.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
That's him and Crabtree. What's the deal?
Did you see that? Did you see it live or did you see the replay?
The replay. So
I was watching. I just happened to be on that game at the time that it happened. No idea why. I had no interest in it at the time, and I mean, it's like 3 minutes into the game, and it was like a WWE Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I mean, it got a little hairy there. I mean, they were chasing each other across the field. But what I've never come to understand is why would another man swing on a man who's wearing a helmet?
Let's take college education.
I just don't get it. I mean, you're not going to win that. Your fist will not beat the helmet.
No.
It's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, the last one I'm going to talk about, and I'm just going to kind of hint on it, and it's Rex Burkhead.
Okay.
He's still available in a lot of leagues. Maybe he does good next week. I don't know. It's still that whole New England up in the air. Who's the back going to be?
Yeah.
I mean, Gillislee is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
For the most part, he's out of it. White has actually seemed to take a step back. And Lewis and Burkhead are getting all the work.
Yeah.
Burkhead's getting a lot more of the passing down work. Lewis getting a lot more carries, but I mean, they both produced yesterday. So if he's available, he's another guy that you can pick up and throw him in your flex spot from week to week.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a consistent 10-point scorer, but he's got the upside, especially in that offense. So if Burkhead's out there, grab him.
Why not?
Grab him, stash him, play him, talk to him.
Tweet him,
whatever you want to do. Just don't let him sit out there on the waiver wire.
No.
All right, well, those were our waiver wire pickups, week 13. If you guys have anybody else you're interested in or whatever, don't know about somebody, hit us up below. Throw us a comment. Find us on Twitter, however you got to do it. We are very much getting a lot of comments.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of questions.
Indeed.
And we'll get to you. Don't think if we don't respond right away, we ain't coming to you. We'll get you.
Oh, yeah.
Just give us a little bit of time.
Yeah, exactly.
we got thousands a week. We're getting to them, though. But just be patient with us. If you think, you want to throw us a reminder out there because you haven't heard something in a day,
right.
Go ahead. Throw the reminder out there. That's cool. We good with it. Just don't count us out. We coming for you.
That's right.
We'll help you out. We appreciate it, guys. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. Really appreciate all the love. Continue to follow us on Twitter. Whatever you got, hit us up. We'll take care of you.
Yes, indeed.
All right. You guys have a good rest of your week.
Peace.
Bye.